Hey, 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 you doing, honey? Lord, it's been a day. Don't I look like this just got washed. I love the material. But I felt like I looked like orange sherbet when I had it on. So I cut my sleeves out and did a little doctoring on it. And I used it yesterday when never mind. But it just crossed my mind. I go there sometime. Never mind. Anyway, I was cutting grass yesterday and I was like, Lord, people gonna think I'm DOT or a town employee. Hey, I needed it. I sure did. I almost had to run my damn work vehicle and pull out a safety vest because one of my tires come off my push mower. You know I'm making my voice change. Not my sound, but my vocabulary. Lord, honey, I went down in that ditch with that push mower. You know I'm always joking that I make the push mower look bow-legged and I look like a swayed back mule and I'll be listening. I didn't listen to old Mel Tillis yesterday neither. I listened to some Johnny Paycheck. I reckon the outlaw just came out. Get control of yourself, please. Came out of me. Lord, my daddy's DNA inside me got it. Just saying. I was like, I can't pull this push mower out this ditch looking like this. I do have a little bit of, not pride or ego, but, you know, I got a little self, what's left of me after the age of 50. Respect. Thank God. I was going to say something else. Lord, thank you for that blessing. Anyhow, I said, how am I going to get this back up to the garage door without being seen with my daggone push mower look like it needs a kickstand? All handicapped. Nothing to be ashamed of that. Stuff happens, but my tore come off, honey. So I walked back up to the front porch holding that back tire on the right side. No, left side. Had to think about it right fast. That almost made me a little dizzy. Anyhow, I stood up there and threw me some Gatorade back and almost had prayer for the thing. About went in there and got my prayer shawl and some anointing oil, and I was fixing to lay hands on that thing. Then I realized I'm not an elder of the church. But I had good intentions. So I said, well, this thing been on there. I've had that push mower since I bought the house. In fact, I got the push mower before I got the house. So I went and got me some PB blaster. And I looked at that lug nut and that bolt. They've been communicating for 10 years, honey. You know they got kind of stuck on each other. And got moisture from the grass and all that. And it didn't look all nice and shiny like it did 10 years ago. So I went, psh, psh. I sure did. Nobody was looking. I hit it again. And I let it sit there so they could communicate. And then I come in the house and I said, what kind of doctoring tools am I going to need? And then I walked back out there. That lawnmower was still in the ditch. I wasn't going to associate with it looking like that. At least not until I could figure something out. So I went back out there and I got to thinking, well, if I hold this handle just right and tilt it just a little, not too much. You got to tweak some things a little at a time now. Just saying. There goes another thought. Anyway, oh boy, I'm going to be in the night. Anyway, I said, work with me and I'll get you something. I'll change the oil even though you ain't got a drain plug, okay? I got you. So I pulled it out and I looked behind me, make sure ain't nothing coming up and down the road, because I was on that side of the ditch. And it was a little bit, other back tire was doing this little fish tilly thing, like, you better be glad I hung on. I am. But then I got it right there on the road, and I was like, well, ain't you not nice today? You didn't leave me completely hanging. No, I did not talk out loud. Come on now, give me a little bit of sense. But anyhow, I got that thing down the driveway, and it didn't scrape once. Not one time. So I turned that bad side toward the garage so anybody around there wouldn't see, you know. You got to help yourself sometimes. Anyhow, I went down there and I cut an eye over there where that tire used to go, and I'm looking at it, and what happened, you know, friction can cause things to happen. Think about it. Come back with me now. Don't stay there too long. Anyway, now, I'm trying, Lord. Anyway, that little on the inside, that where the hole had expanded a little. And, oh, I got me a pair of, but I can't talk now, a pair of pliers. I sure did. And I sit there and I'm looking at that little fine breaking that frame where the hole expanded. And so I said, be careful with it now, because you get too happy with it, you're going to expand it a little more than what it needs to be expanded. So, oh, honey, I tweaked it and I got it back in place without breaking it. I sure did. Didn't even need none of that Gorilla Glue. Anyway, I'd have made my ancestors proud. Anyway, I said, I need me some washers. So I went my tool thing. I know it looks a mess back there behind, but I know where everything's at. Okay? Don't touch it. Don't touch it. You'll see me fall out like a 2-year-old. Like I got one of them stress management bags they have in the vegetable and fruit section of a grocery store, and you can't get the freaking thing over. But I'm good. Hold on. I'm good. Hold on. I'm really good right now. Okay. Anyway, I said, I bet you if I put this in, but I wonder if I need 1 or 2. And then I got looking at the thickness of them. Wonder if that makes a difference. And I wasn't going to go to YouTube. I ain't got time for it. I only had a few strips left. Strips, sections in the ditch, okay? And I had the rest of the ditch on the other side. Quit blinking at me. I'll come when I'm ready. Anyway, I said, I got the other side where I parked the car when I'm off. And I said, well, I do need to get that. Looks like I might have run. Never mind. Anyway, I looked at the thickness of them washers. Because, you know, you can work against yourself to put the wrong thing up there. Okay? I got a little bit of sense left in me. Questionable on some days, though. I got to put the warning down there, okay? I got to save my rear end somehow. Anyway, I got to looking at it good, and I looked over there, and I went to take that thing, rest of the stuff, and I'm looking at it, and I said, oh, Lord, I got the tire in my hand again. So I went and got me a set of pliers I could lock them, and I got me a lug nut and a ratchet, and opposites attract, honey. They work together. They sure did. I held my mouth right on that one because I was afraid them things done froze together. But there was a little heat on it. You know, they can do that. They can lock down in heat with heat warmth around it. So, get yourself out of this. Help me, Lord. Anyhow, them things come apart and nothing broke, and I was one. I almost did a dance in the driveway, and then I thought about my mama might disown me after that, and I said I'll hold off on that. And I looked over on the other tire, because it started coming apart in my hands. It won't broke, but I you know how it is. I was tired. I ain't have nothing to sit on out there, so I squatted down. Lord, I wish I had put some of that PB blaster on my hips and knees. Lord, 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 I got me a little old 1x6, 4, whatever. I'm going to throw it over to the side, and I tilted the mower up and slung it up in there so it would give me a little tilt. world. Anyway, and I said, work with me, honey, and I'll work with you by the end of the day with some fresh oil, and I'll hold your mouth right. Anyhow, we, sure did. I got it rearranged, and I made a decision. I'm gonna put a washer on both sides, in and out. One on in and out. Here and yonder. There and gone. Somewhere. I don't know where I'm heading, but I can make a sidestep. I ain't making a U-turn, a sidestepping. Take another avenue. Okay, anyhow, I got it put back together, and I got it back in that hole, and it worked perfect because them washers closed in that expanded gap. Got it, and the old light just went off, didn't it? Sure did. And I said, I'm going to put you one on the other side so you can have somebody to work with. Everybody needs somebody to have their back. And I got that, and I put that thing in there, and I got that other, and I held that, and I got that little thing and turned it on that wrench. And I went to work in opposite hands. Lord, that is coordination. Coordination hit and kicked in on this street yesterday. Thought I was going to have to pray my way through it. But then, I got it good and tight, and I said, woo-wee, sure did, but not too loud because the neighbors had gotten home. And I put my tools back and put all the other stuff back, and then I'm like, oh, I was lower my knee. I said, I ain't going to be able to get out of bed anymore. I did. I rocked my way right out that thing. And Okay, pass it. The next page. And then I'm looking at the mower, and the side I just fixed looks brand new. And I looked at the other side, and it looked torn. Not the tire, torn. It was tired, exhausted from years of Mel Tillis music, bow-leggedness, big gaps sometimes. Anyway, down in the ditch. Okay. Anyhow, I said, I got your back too, honey, because I don't feel like doing this again. And I got in there, and I hooked that thing straightened right on up like it had a back brace on. I said, I got you right where I want you. I'm good. Gosh. Alrighty. And I set it back down. I was proud, honey. I about stood on the manhole out there saying, I did this. I made my parents proud once again. So, and you know you can fail as the only child, and that's a lot of pressure. Just saying. Anyway, I got to finish that yardscaping on that ditch. I did. Got the other ditch too. Sure did. I think I ticked somebody off because I did it, and I don't know who was driving, but they slowed down. You need to go on. I'm waiting for you. One-handed holding it in the ditch. Just roll. You don't know the stress I'm under. Lord. Anyway, they went on. I think I started pulling it up right when they got in. I thought I was going to try some, but nothing was blowing out on toward them because I keep that thing covered so it can mulch. Oh, ain't that mean? Anyhow, I moved my car, got the other side cut, even got side the house on the backyard and at my back porch area. And I just got, where it gotten really thick, because I'll get it one day this week. I'll get the backyard, because it didn't look bad at all. I just got where it looked like a little chia pet thingy sticking out the ground. So, that was my big adventure yesterday. This woman here, I need to turn that fan on. Anyhow, my hours at work are changing, and so this is going to be my heavy week, and I'm not upset because it will give me a little bit more time off, but I'm going to have to get up an hour earlier. But anyway, guess what? I ain't got that much longer, and it'll be over with. It's everybody else got to live with it, not me. So it is what it is. I worked them hours when I come in it, and I reckon the Lord made sure I saw what it was like to go out with them, 'cause here it come. Anyhow, let me get off here and listen to what I done went and said and probably embarrassed at least one side of the family tree. But it'll be all right. I ain't saying no bad words. I can't help you went that way in your thought area. I didn't lead you there. You went in that direction, honey. Lord, I'm gone now. Them chicken livers was good. Chicken livers, butter beans. Sliced that, when I saw them lump butter beans on that plate, I got that last tomato, like one of them Chinese, Japanese, and laid them out there. And I had taken them strawberries and sliced them up and doused them down good with some sugar and put the top on there and shook it around a little and put a little more on there and throw them in the refrigerator. Honey, please. Lord, do it again. Them things was good. All I was missing one of them biscuits like my great-grandma used to make. That was her way of doing dessert. She didn't do a bunch of cakes and pies. She put peaches and strawberries up, and it was a treat. It was a big treat at that house. If you saw her pull some peaches or strawberries out that deep freezer, you knew it was going to be good dessert that day. It sure was. I loved her fig preserve. I just can't get figs here like that, so I wish they sold them in the grocery store. They don't last long. Anyway, let me get off of here, honey, and y'all be nice. Now, see either Tuesday or Wednesday, I don't know. I might surprise you. I never know what I'm going to do. Sometimes I need to have somebody to keep me from myself. Bye.